Hi, today I'm gonna be talking about the bus experience I just experienced. Wait, why did I repeat that twice? Whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna be yapping. So if you don't like yapping and me going on multiple side tangents that don't relate to the story at all, then click off. The story starts, I don't know. If I want to give any background, I'll just bring any background as it comes up. So today, when I get out of school, obviously, because I go to school, obviously, also, when else would I take the bus? Like, I'm in the US, we don't have any public transport here. It's like the school bus in the thumbnail. If I put that in the thumbnail, I probably didn't put it in the thumbnail, but whatever, it's a school bus, the magic school bus. Also, I like that show, but I'm not going on that tangent because that would be like 10 minutes long. Once I get out of my school, obviously, I was like, okay, so let me just explain the bus situation really quickly. This is the school that I go to, right? So then this school, you take a bus to go from this school, and then you drive to this school, which is like this is another school that people go to, but then these have buses. Like, I don't have a third bus, so I need my scissors. So then you take a bus from here, and then you go home, or to your bus stop, not home exactly, but oh my gosh, I'm sweating because it's hot outside now. And I have to walk, but that's I'm gonna get that in a bit. So anyways, I get out, I'm like, okay, what bus do we need to take? Because like there are like 5 different, like, I'm gonna call them like intermediate schools, even though they're not intermediate schools, because that would be kind of weird. But so like I don't know what bus to go to like my intermediate campus, but so it's like I don't know, but like some of them have signs that like, okay, this is like the whatever. I'm not trying to get doxed right now, so it's like blank bus. It's like okay, but only some of those have them, not all of them. And if none of them had them, you just kind of ask. Well, you can ask an adult. There's like adults like standing out there. It's usually the assistant principals that they have nothing else to do. What do assistant principals even do, by the way? It's like there's a principal that does principal stuff. I don't know, like management stuff. But then what do the assistant principals do? They're actually just doing nothing. They're just like they're like volunteers, except not really. No, they're like the person who doesn't know what's going on. It's like what can I do right now? That's exactly what they are. And so they're probably told what they have to do. It's not like they get a choice. So like, wait, are assistant principals like principals in training? Like, are the people who are trying to be principals, or like do you like train to become an assistant principal? Like, I feel like that'd be kind of weird. It's like I don't really know. Maybe one of them subbed for a principal if the principal has their day off. So, but then what if all like the assistant principals and the principal comes off? Who becomes the principal then? Probably no one. Or maybe like I don't know. I'm not in my ow. I poked myself with a needle. Ow, 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 ow. That's the bad part, leaving in these ends. So I do that very rarely, just because I'm talking, okay? If I wasn't talking, I'd be more focused and that wouldn't have happened. So it's your fault. I look weird. I kind of only have a bowl cut, but I swear I don't. Anyways, oh my gosh, I've not even gone like a little bit of the story. So anyways, I find one of the buses that are labeled because obviously I don't know what buses am I at. Yeah, because this is the first time I take my bus, even though I'm like 2 weeks into school. It's because my dad picked me up, but he had to go to work today, so I took the bus. Obviously, I'm gonna walk home. No, that's dumb. It kind of hurt. Ow, that kind of hurts from poking myself. But anyways, I get on the bus, well, obviously, and then I scan my ID, because, like, every high school has ID these days, because of, I don't know, school shootings? I don't know. Also, those IDs do literally nothing. It's like, you can wear a fake ID and no one will notice, because, like, if you're wearing lanyard and there's, like, something below there, everyone would be like, yeah, that's an ID, but it's not an ID. It's like a note card saying, like, hi, this is my name. It's like, that is not what an ID looks like. And then when you don't have an ID, you have to go get another one, which, again, they're so useless because everybody hides them because they ruin your outfit. My rant on IDs over. This is not just an attack on my school, mostly. So anyways, I get on the intermediate bus and I scan my ID, and of course, I don't know how to explain this, but the bus that you're getting on, it's not your actual bus, but it is a different bus of a different ID number. So okay, so like you put in your address to like the school district, I guess, and then they have like okay, this bus goes to these stops, and if your address is one of those, they assign your ID, because IDs are also our smart tags, which is apparently the thing that like scan the tour buses. So they just combine those together for some reason, which I don't really know why. Probably to save on money because they're broke. It's probably just more efficient that way. So anyways, yeah, your smart card is linked to one of the buses, and if your bus and it's not that bus, it was like ring ring ring. It's like wrong bus, but then nobody actually follows that because it happens to like literally everyone, even though like 99% of the time it's the right bus, because like we're not 5, we know how to get on the bus, okay? So actually, why do high schoolers still have it? Like, I think they know what bus to get on. It's probably because they had too many instances of people just getting on the wrong bus, or just joining on buses they didn't actually need to go to, so then they I don't know, they just had to like get stranded. Yeah, they had to get stranded. Wow, how amusing. Not amusing, I don't think getting stranded is amusing, but anyways, so of course my ID is not linked to the bus I'm getting on right now, because remember, this is the bus between my school and this intermediary school. Intermediary, I feel like that's not a word, but it's a word I just made up, okay? So then of course it's like ring ring ring, but then obviously nobody cares because that happens like all the time, so I just get on anyways. I put my backpack down. I should go get my backpack, but it's kind of far away, so I don't want to go do that. But anyways, like I just put on my phone. I like trying to like scroll, like find some music to listen to because I'm not listening to a bus ride in silence. I'm sure some people do that, but that's just too depressing for me. It's like, and I'm just like, yeah, no, that's just. I know we're trying to be like our Pinterest selves, but I don't think that can happen. Well, it can happen. I just don't want to do that. So I try to listen to music. I see like out of the corner of my eye because like I sit in like the right house, so like I'm like peeking up from over there. It's like there were like 20 people coming in. And this, mind you, these buses are not that big. They're like this big. No, the buses are not actually this big. How does this even fit one person? But they're not like insanely big. So like if this was one person, this is what the size of a bus looks like. I know that doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why do I say it makes sense, but it doesn't make any sense? But anyways, people just start filing in, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to sit with somebody because like the seats on the bus, if you've never gone to a main school bus before, they can fit 2 seats in one like seat, but it's quite snug. It's like, wow, we are quite close to each other right now. So of course I didn't want that because I don't know any of y'all because this is the first time we're at the bus. So then I just seems like, oh, please don't go, please don't. Because like people would be nice and tell you, hey, can I sit there? And you have to say yes. Because if you say no, like, hell, do you want to get in a fight? So then obviously it's a yes, and they sit on. It's like, yes, it's, ow, I poked myself again. You're trying to like go to your phone, and this person's like right over there. It's like, oh my gosh, where is my personal Bubble's face? Like, hello, I feel like my privacy. I was like, please don't sit next to me, please don't sit next to me. And obviously someone did. Just kidding, it didn't happen. So I rode the bus with the backpack as the extra person because you can put the laptop, no, not your laptop. You can put your backpack, no, you can put your laptop in your backpack, but I don't recommend that. So anyways, you can put your backpack on here, like on your lap, but that's not a very comfortable experience. And then you use your phone, it's like, it's not very comfortable. So yeah, of course I didn't want that. So by the way, I rode the bus for all of last year, so I know how to ride the bus. So I ride to the intermediary school. Nothing really happened there, I think. I don't really know. Maybe something happened, but whatever. And then when we get to the intermediary school, I wish something happened during the journey so I could talk about that. I feel like we just randomly skipped there, but whatever, nobody cares. So then I get to the intermediary school. I'm sorry I'm talking the story so slow. Like, I didn't script this because who is trying to script this right now? So yeah, I'm gonna meander a lot and like lose my train of thought. Pun. Is that really a pun? I don't even know what a pun is. Like a train and a bus are like loosely related. So punny. So punny. No. So okay, so I finally get to the intermediary school, and then everybody gets off. Obviously, just get off the bus, unless it is your bus, which actually is like best case scenario. But of course, it wasn't my bus, so I had to get up. So then when I get up, and obviously everybody else gets up too, everybody just starts running to the aisle because like nobody wants to be just sitting out of seat, just like, well, everyone else is just like. And I'm just like, I don't want to do that, but I also just because when you have to like go into the line, I guess you have to assert yourself. It's not exactly like that. It's more like you have to like push yourself in. So it's like excuse me. So but you don't say excuse me because you don't talk to people on the bus because they're full of randoms. And also the people on the bus are from like every single different school, so there's a very rare chance you're gonna know somebody on there. So yeah, of course I didn't know any of them, so I was like, I'm just gonna wait. So, and by the way, I sit in this is the front. Well, it's just like to the left. This is the front of the bus for me. So who sits in the front of the bus? Well, actually, some people because actually, it doesn't really matter because it's the intermediary bus anyways. But I'm too cool to sit in the front. No, I'm just kidding. I don't like her. And then there's the back where the cool kids go. I guess actually, yeah. Everybody just files to the back for some reason, which I mean, sure, whatever. I don't really care. But I sit in the middle, which honestly is like the most. It's like salt. Nobody really cares. How does salt mean nobody cares? I don't know what that metaphor means, but I don't know. I just sit in the middle next to the air conditioner. Like they have this like big air conditioner that's like this big. Actually, to scale this time. So, well, actually, in the air conditioner on different areas go one probably because they did get buses all at once because they're broke. Actually, my school district isn't that broke. Well, actually, it's kind of rich because like some school districts are certainly there. Not to be rude, but I'm just saying. So then when I get up, everyone else gets up, and then they final. I feel like I just spent the last 2 minutes to talk about nothing, but whatever, it happens. Everybody just starts filing through, and I can't really find anything. So then I have to wait there for like a minute, just like, and then I have to like always have to pick another song. It's like it went to a song that I didn't like, so I have to go back to the original song because I was listening to over and over again. So obviously that's why I listen to music on the bus. So also I don't think anyone else does it. I just like the one song and listen to it over and over again until I stick it, and then I find the next song that I like and listen to it over and over again. So, but then I don't have Spotify Premium, so then I have to go back into Spotify every single time to click on the song. It's so impractical, but that's like my first world problem right now. So, anyways, so yeah, that took like a minute, but it was kind of awkward. But I don't really care. I get off the bus either way, so Anyways, when I get off the bus, I get an ID. Of course, this is the wrong stop because vibes. But then I actually just get off. And then when I get off, oh my gosh, the smell. The smell was actually like the sewers from hell had gathered up and gathered all of their stench right there. Just kidding, it wasn't that bad. But it was bad. It was really bad. Okay, I think there's like a trash can there for some reason because this is like the back of the school. It's like a curved L. So then like this is like the road, obviously the curved L. The second is like parking. Hello, who has curved parking? Hello. So anyways, the trash is like right here, and I have to walk past to like get to my bus. Actually, I don't know where my bus is. So I was like, I really hope I find the right bus behind me. And I hope it's not behind me because then I have to turn around and then smell that again because, oh my gosh. There was literally just a dumpster just like, maybe like 5 feet away from me. So, yeah. And then there was like, there was water. No, water. I don't know what it was. It was like, I think it was sewage maybe. Just kidding. It wasn't sewage. It would be a public code violation, I think. Or maybe it was sewage and maybe they're not getting fined. Who knows? Or maybe, I think the trash was open. I don't know. I didn't check because I was like, ugh. I was too busy being distracted by the smell. And I was like, oh my gosh, it smells so bad. And then like people would keep going past me, and then I saw somebody that kind of looked like me. I was like, hey, you kind of look like me. But actually they didn't like me. They were just like, ow, I poked myself with my nail this time. Ow, how did I do that? But then they were wearing the same jacket. And oh, that's cool. But of course I didn't walk out to them because, hello, I don't know them. No, I'm probably never gonna see them again. So anyways, I just walked past. He's smelling the sewers. Oh my gosh. And then when I like get past the bend, there's like another entrance. I hope I'm visualizing this well. If I'm not, you're gonna have to deal with it because I'm not putting a diagram over there. That's too much work for the video. It's just a yapping video, okay? So then there's like this opening over here with like entrance, and there's like hundreds of kids pulling out because obviously this is a big high school. The intermediary high schools are really big. The school I go to is like kind of small, so like yeah, they just disperse like ants. I don't think ants do that, but then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna find my bus and I'm gonna be crowded by like 20 people. But then I turned to my left and I was like, oh my gosh, the bus is right there. How lucky am I? I should have got a lottery ticket. Except not, because that is minor gambling. No, not minor gambling. Was it illegal gambling? Yeah, I can't do that. So I don't know. I would like play poker. Actually, that's illegal too. And what is my point here? I don't really have a point here. And then I obviously get in line to get on the bus because, duh, are you not gonna get in line? Are you just gonna like shove your way in there? I'm sure some people do, but why? That's just so rude. Rude. I don't know how to do. I don't know Korean. So then I get in line and I was like, oh my gosh, it's probably gonna beep wrong again because every single time last year it beeped it was wrong, even though I was on the right bus, because I think it's because there's an issue between like my actual campus and like this intermediary school. So I think something messed it up to where I think, okay, this is not the right bus for you. So, but then again, yeah, so it just messes up if you're in the school, but whatever. I go to the school, so I can't really complain about it, except I can. But that would be a different video, because this school is about my buses. No, not my buses. Well, like, buses plural. Yeah, obviously. Well, not really obviously. It's like, yeah, I just call multiple buses. So then I finally get in line, and I was like, I hope it doesn't beep again. But obviously, of course, it beeps again. I was like, are you gonna, like, ask me where my address is? Because, like, my last bus driver did that. And I was like, hey, where do you live? And I was like, blah, blah, blah. Again, not trying to announce myself. And then he was like, yeah, that's the stop. No, not the stop. That's, like, yeah, that's in the zone. So then I got on the bus, obviously. And I think that happened, like, 3 times the first week. So he didn't ask for the address. So I just got on it because I don't think she cared. And then, yeah, as I was chilling there, because, again, I hope no one sits next to me, because that's just kind of awkward. But also, these buses from the intermediary schools to, like, your actual home, like this, why am I using these objects? Like, from this bus, it has way less people on it, so I wasn't too worried about that. But so then obviously when I was trying to listen to a YouTube video, because like I don't know, I think I watched YouTube videos on the way here, but like I feel like when there's too many people like watching a YouTube video, like holding your phone like this, it's just kind of tacky. So I just listen to music then. But like when there's like nobody on this bus, I was like, okay, I gotta watch the YouTube video. So like I don't care, there's nobody here, and even though I'm probably gonna see them like every single day, but I'll deal with the consequences later. Okay, but then I randomly hear the bus driver go, hey, can I talk with y'all? Wait, I was like, no. She said, no, wait, what did she say? I forgot. It wasn't like funny. It was just memorable. Hey, I love y'all, but can we talk? And I was like, yeah, that's never a good sign. He was like, hello, can we talk? Like, yeah, that you're gonna say that someone needs to die on this bus right now, and it's not gonna be me. So I choose whoever that is. Just kidding. What is this meant for? Anyways, I get on the bus, and then she's like, who spit on the bus? I was like, what? And then no, she said I rarely get sick, and I was like, And I was like, okay. By the way, like the buses, there's like a mirror like on top. It's like at the front of the bus, like go down to like the driver's seat, so you can see her face like the entire time. It's like, well, I was staring at it. It was like a soap opera, except not really because it's just one person. But I think soap operas are one person. I don't know what a soap opera is, but anyways, she's like, I'm wearing a mask right now. It's like, and then she was like, last year I got sick from something. It was, I forgot what disease it's called, but she had to go to the hospital, and then she almost died. So that was quite interesting. And then she's like, do you know why I'm wearing this mask right now? It's because you people are disgusting. Just kidding. I don't think she said that. I don't know what she said verbatim, but it was like shocking. Well, not shocking. It was just like, wow. And she was telling the story while she was driving the bus, by the way. I was like, I really hope we don't crash right now, because that would be kind of weird. But you can talk and drive at the same time if you have some experience. So then I was like, what is going on? And then I was like, said, hey, if you spit on my bus, don't do that. Or it was like, try me. I don't know. It was something threatening. I was like, oh, but obviously, and of course I did spit on the bus, because hello, why would I tell the story if I was the one who spit on the bus? Like, am I trying to get caught? Well, you can control when you spit or don't spit on the bus, I think. Unless you like constantly drool, but like that seems like, can you not just wear like paper towels in your mouth or something for that then? Actually, that's kind of even more disgusting. Anyways, so then I was like, oh, but then whatever. I was like, I don't really care. I'm just gonna put on my music and just until I find my stop. But also, again, this is the first time I'm riding the bus. I didn't know what my stop was to go home. Yay! So then every time we stop, I had to like look at the window, like, hey, is that my stop? I don't know, so I had to go look. So then we go to the first stop, like people go off, obviously. We go to the second stop. Obviously, this is like over like 20 minutes. I'm simplifying it because nothing really interesting happened. And then in the second stop, they stopped. People got off. She kept driving. But then right after she closed the doors, it's like driving for like 5 seconds. Some guy stand up and said, "Wait, I forgot my stop." And I was like, oh my gosh. But I was like, okay, you can just get off at the next stop. But the next stop was not for a while, so I don't think she could legally just take them off at the next stop. Okay, just go back to your back stop. I don't think she could do that, but I was maybe, no, because it was like really far away. It was like a whole block. Actually, no, it was like 3 blocks, which is like a while. It's like a mile, so actually, it's more like 1.5 miles. So I don't think anyone wants to walk that. So yeah, obviously, so she has to go turn around. Well, actually, I didn't know that. I was like, oh well, he's just gonna be straight on this bus, I guess. But then we went to this other neighborhood. It's like kind of enclosed off. It's like it's like duh. And I was like, who lives here? Like, nobody lives here. It's like, I'm sure like 20 kids live here. As if, like. So then I was like, okay, that kid's just gonna get stranded on the bus then. But then, like, she started going in circles. I was like, okay. I was like, we were going through this. And I was like, wait, why are we going through this? And then she didn't make a single stop. And I was like, wait, why did we just go through that? Because, like, we just went through the entire neighborhood. Like, is she looking at her ex's house? Like, is she trying to stalk someone? Like, I don't really know what's going on right now. But, and then we went to another neighborhood. We circled that. And I was like, we're it's like Final Destination. We're gonna die on here. She's trying to run on the clock so we can die. I'm just kidding, that didn't happen. Turns out, she was actually just trying to turn around. Because it's a bus, you can't just, like, turn it around that easily. If you're a car, you can do that. But if you're a bus, like, you're gonna hit a car. So then, yeah, she was actually just turning around to drop that kid off. And then, it was like 3:30, by the way. I'll get off school at 2:30. Like, I have been at this bus for like an hour now, but not that bus specifically. I've been on bus for like 20 minutes now, but this whole commute back home has taken like an hour. And I was like, oh my gosh, we are never gonna leave. Anyways, we made it back to the second stop, which we're doing a whole like adventure, a whole circus around just to get back to the second stop. And then, as like, okay, we parked there. He got up, he walked to the front, he scanned his ID, and then as he was walking out, she said, hey, would you like to apologize to everyone else in here? And then he was like, it's like, oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at my phone. No, I don't think he said that. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for inconveniencing all of you. Actually, I don't know if that's what he said. I don't remember verbatim because I don't have superior memory. Okay. And then she was like, okay, why didn't you get off your stop then? Was it because you didn't sleep? And he's like, no. And then she was like, was it your phone? And he's like, yeah. It's like, hey, you need to stop looking at your phone when you look for your stop. And I was like, okay. Well, honestly, I don't really care. Like, I think I can find myself perfectly well. But anyways, then he got off. Like, we spent like a whole like 20-minute detour just for this one kid just to get the VIP treatment. But just kidding, it's okay. That happens to all of us. Just kidding, that didn't happen to me yet. Because how can you forget your own stop? Hello? But also, maybe it's the first time he rode this bus too. So I'm cutting him some slack. Even though it was even though it was the end of the second week of school already. So I would assume you have some experience with us already. And also, he looked like a junior. So it's because he was looking on his phone though. So whatever. Also, are you not looking at your surroundings every time we stop? It's like a stop, and there's like What if it's just off? Like, hello? Like, at least just give it a little glance. It's like, do I recognize that? But anyways, that whole kid saga goes on. And then finally, it's like, okay, I'm pretty sure we're close to there. Actually, not really, because, like, when we were at the whole tree to turn around, we went to, like, there's, like, this straight road that goes to my neighborhood, but then, like, we, like, turn, like, in the middle. Huh, so, like, it's like, oh, we're not that far off. It's like, we weren't that far off. But then, like, because my neighborhood's, like, kind of barren right now, because, like, nobody lives here, so, she didn't turn into my neighborhood. She went, like, past it, and then she, like, did the whole, like, U-turn around it, and I was like, okay, park here. So I was like, oh, how do I explain this well? Okay, so this is my home, right? And then this is, like, the road surrounding it. So, like, it's like this. This is the main road, okay? Okay, my hand is the main road. And also the bus at the same time, I guess. So, like, what do you expect? If my neighborhood was more populated, it would go like this, and then drop off here, or maybe, like, somewhere close to here, I guess. But then she went like this, and then dropped everyone off here. It's because this neighborhood is like, let me sit it down really quickly. It's like this big, so obviously you need to like encompass a big space. But I was like, oh, okay, well, I already knew that already, but I was like, yeah, whatever, I had to deal with it, because I don't know. There's not that many kids where I live right now, so. Anyway, she dropped us off, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm finally home. And then I scanned my ID, I said thank you, and then I left. And then obviously I had to walk back home, obviously. I'm just gonna sit down on the sidewalk, just like, I mean, I could do that, that's just way too dumb. But then anyways, I started walking back home, and I was like, wow, this was a good day. Not really, it was a fine day, I guess. But then I noticed this kid walking in front of me. Obviously he was off the bus. Also, he was like a random kid just walking in front of me. I was like, huh, maybe I should just go say hi to him, because I'm probably gonna ride the bus, so maybe I should say hi. But I didn't want to do that. So then we were walking. It was like, okay, after like the first like turnaround, he didn't turn, so I was like, okay, he must like live on this side of houses. So, like, the sidewalk here, and then there's like houses over here. It's like, oh, maybe he just lives in one of these houses, okay? But then he just kept walking forward, and I also need to walk forward. So I was like, this is gonna be kind of awkward. Also, because you didn't see me, I was like, I see you, but you don't see me. You probably hear me because you probably did, but whatever. That's not the point. So anyways, I just keep walking. I was like, oh my gosh, when are you gonna leave right now? Because like, we had walked like a good like 2 blocks by then. Well, not 2 blocks, it's kind of exaggerated, but it gets my point across. But then he finally turned to the left, off to go to this house. I was like, oh my gosh, finally. So then I walk home. It was like really long. Well, not really that long. It was probably like a lap on a track, I guess. So, which I guess is like not terribly long, but you know, it's kind of long for me. So I don't really like walking. Well, I do like walking. It was just really hot outside, so I didn't really enjoy that, but we had to find the little joys. Why did I say that? I didn't find joy. Why did I find a little joy? If you don't find joy, you can find little joy. That's like a song lyric from like Cocomelon. So then, anyways, I walked like so long. I turned, I headed into my home, and yeah, that's kind of the end. I feel like this ending just random came out so weirdly, but yeah, anyways, that was my experience riding the bus, so yeah, I'm here to tell the tale. I acted like I was like with the dungeon or something. So yeah, I hope I didn't yap too much, and I feel like I yapped a lot about the logistics of my bus. But I feel like that adds to the story, so I'm gonna add it anyways. And if I cut it out, then you're gonna be confused. I don't know what I'm saying. So anyways, I don't know why I'm in this position. I was about to say thanks for watching, but I don't. I have something else to say about. Why am I just sitting like this? I'm like, I do this like multiple times throughout the video. And also, I hope the thumbnail's not really weird, because I don't have any pictures of the bus, and also it's Friday, so I'm not gonna ride the bus for like, I don't know, a couple days, so, but I'm gonna release this video by then, so, I don't know how I'm gonna figure out. I don't know how I'm gonna figure that out, but anyways, thanks for watching. This bus experience was certainly an experience. Also, I rode the bus like every single day last year, so yeah, it was kind of protocol, but also not protocol, because it was kind of weird. But anyways, thanks for watching. Sorry for the sun junk up here. It's because I didn't like the outro, so I had to film this again. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. But anyways, I want this outro to be good, because if you're here, you deserve the best treatment. Also, I don't know why I'm always on the right side of the screen. You just kind of have to deal with that. Unless it's on the left side of the screen, then it's not on the left side of the screen. It's not the right side of the screen. Anyways, bye. I've been recording for almost 30 minutes.